Check it out. This video is about a guest who appeared on the Fresh and Fit podcast and how she attempted to, on the episode, expose one of the podcast's hosts, Fresh Prince CEO, also known as Fresh. For those who don't know, during the episode, the guest, she stated that she had something to expose Fresh Prince CEO, but wouldn't say it out loud. DJ Academics, who was also on the episode, as well as Fresh, urged her to say whatever she had on her mind to say it out loud on air. But despite multiple attempts by both DJ Academics and Fresh, she still would not say whatever she had that could expose Fresh on the episode. Eventually, the podcast moved away from this and towards other parts of the show. It was only when the show ended where everyone, the guests as well as the hosts, were chilling at the apartment lobby of the podcast. From there, she, the guest, went up to DJ Academics and told him what she had that was exposing a Fresh Prince CEO. Apparently, before the episode and during the episode, Fresh Prince CEO was smelling like sex and sweat. And Fresh admitted this in this stream, where Fresh Prince CEO had a smash session with the 304 right before the episode, hence smelling like sex and sweat. And to be honest, this probably isn't a big deal. In fact, this is on brand for the Fresh Prince CEO. He's known to smash whatever it comes into his vicinity. He's known to be Mr. Smash. In fact, Fresh is so committed to smashing that in one of his live streams, midway, he was streaming as long as with a guest. Both the guest and Fresh went to the balcony to have a smash session. Afterwards, both Fresh and the guest went back into the live stream. So we can say for certain, Fresh is committed to the art of smashing. In fact, Fresh probably smashes more in real life than when he plays the game Super Smash Bros. And although it's not really a big deal, having a smash session and then jumping into an episode right thereafter is a little weird, I'll be honest. Like, come on, at least have a shower right after your smash session, and when you're done with the shower, jump into the episode. After all, your name is Fresh Prince CEO. You gotta smell fresh and look fresh at all times. Plus, as the host of the Fresh and Fit podcast, I think it's reasonable to hold yourself at a higher standard. In fact, in previous episodes, you would call out certain female guests who are on the panel for being a bit smelly. There was one episode in the After Hours edition where there was a panel of female guests and a special guest named Richard Hart. They called out a particular lady who was kicked out of the podcast. While they were kicking her out, also known as a Frank Castle, they called her out for being smelly. So certainly being smelly is something as an insult that they would say to certain female guests, especially if they're getting kicked out. So as a host, I think it's fair to put yourself at a higher standard. At least groom up, freshen up before you go on to the podcast. And I get smashing and being in the moment to smash, but I feel like there's a time and place for everything. Why smash right before the pod? Why not smash after the pod, right? You still get a smash, and at the same time, you don't have a time schedule to worry about. Let the smash session do what it needs to do. Like, imagine you work at McDonald's, and right before your shift, you just had a smash session. In other words, you did your little smash, and then you dashed to the McDonald's, right? Because that was the time of you to work. And while you're standing there at the McDonald's, I'm right next to you as your coworker, and I'm like, and I take a whiff. Wait a minute, Max, what does that smell? That does not smell like chicken nuggets. And you, who just had a smash session right before your work shift, like, oh, John, I'm so sorry. I was handling a different type of nuggets. Now, let's say this thing didn't happen with Fresh Prince CEO, and let's say it happened with Myron. He just had a smash session and then dashed onto the episode. no shower in between. In my opinion, that would be a little bit unprofessional because you're kind of doing a disservice to the fans. You want to come at 100% pace for people watching the episode, whether it's live, maybe they're in the studio, or maybe they're at home watching it from their cell phone or laptop. In my opinion, everybody knows like a 2-hour episode is not 2 hours worth of work. There's a lot of prep work that goes beforehand to make the episode as smooth as possible. Like, I'm sure Myron, he's not just getting up out of his bed and then doing the episode, right? You've seen the behind the scenes footage via Fresh Prince CEO's Instagram lives or the Instagram lives of other team members on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Myron, he's doing a lot of directing. They're doing a lot of audio checkups. So he's not just going after done with the smash session and bam, episode. Nope. Maybe he has a smash session. Probably he's grooming up, cleaning up, changing clothing. Maybe he's missing clothing during the smash session, so he's got to put on new clothing. That also means showering, prepping, grooming, and then going through all the steps. You've seen the producer, Chris the producer. A lot of people say he doesn't do anything. In fact, you've seen the behind the scenes footage. He's doing a lot of prep work with the ladies who come in the panel, making sure that they do ABC, they don't do this, making sure they're ready before the show, right? Everybody knows if you've been in show business or you've been in any type of live performance, there's a lot of prep work that goes before the live work. So a lot of people don't see it, but you got to understand 2 hours worth of work in the live show is not the total. In fact, there may be even more work in the pre-show. So if Myron were to do this, it might have been a big impact, right? Because Myron is not just a talent on the show. He's also more of a director of the show, right? The behind the scenes, the execution, the look. So if this was Myron doing it, I would be surprised. But because Fresh was doing the smash and then pull up to the episode with no shower in between, it might have been okay. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, put a like and subscribe. Put a comment below if you got something to say about it. I'll see y'all next time.